The first post-launch update is coming really soon to Modern Warfare 2, bringing tons of new content, and in this video we're giving you a first look at everything, as there is something absolutely huge coming which I don't think most people are ready for. That being a direct continuation of the ending of Modern Warfare 2's campaign in the form of a brand new mode which will sit alongside DMZ, being a new co-op mode called Raids. This mode will be arriving on December 14th, and all we know so far is that this will be a 3-player cooperative engagement requiring teamwork and strategic puzzle-solving thinking in between bouts of intense combat. Continuing the story of Modern Warfare 2's campaign, Raids are going to be the ultimate challenge for trios with a mix of stealth, all-out action, and puzzle-solving objectives, but these will essentially be multi-hour-long campaign missions with tons of puzzles in between. Now, here is the only official screenshot that's been released so far about this Raids mode to show that it is a 3-player mode, where the setting of it seems to be set in an underwater base. But what a ton of you haven't realized is that Infinity Ward actually put a first look teaser image of the Raids mode within Modern Warfare 2 itself via one of the Spec Ops intel. It's the very last piece of Spec Ops intel apparently, and it shows a room depicting being set up like the one from the Call of Duty 4 campaign mission, No Fighting in the War Room. If we compare this image to what that campaign mission is like, this room is absolutely identical to that, meaning they're paying homage, but also it being a throwback. But this also has the same hole blown in the wall, which you used to enter through into this room in the Raids mode, as you did in the campaign mission, which I think is really, really cool. The whole fact that they teased this within intel, which I doubt many people have even seen before, gives me real sort of Treyarch vibes that they could be teasing a lot more in the future via intel. But this brand new Raids mode sounds absolutely amazing, essentially being a zombies Easter egg quest, but within Modern Warfare 2's co-op. And if DMZ is anything to go by, this is going to be another outstandingly good co-op mode. But according to industry insider Tom Henderson, we might actually have the first concrete details on what's going to happen within this raid as well, with this 3-hour mission having at least 2 puzzles involved, one focusing on numbers and the other focusing on a water maze. Now, just like with DMZ, apparently Tom Henderson reiterates that AI is going to play a big role within the Raids experience. So again, looking at how the AI is in DMZ, this could also be a pretty difficult mode. More so than that, he's also shared specifics concerning what will happen within this first raid experience, where apparently us, the players, will be reportedly tasked with infiltrating a submarine base, which will be a mission that highlights the new water mechanics with tons of underwater gameplay. And apparently during this mission, you and your 2 co-op friends will have to infiltrate the base and go underwater and share an oxygen tank to keep breathing. And it's understood that similar scenarios will take place during other raids too, where teams will have to continuously coordinate on such tasks in order to survive, with it being described a lot like an actual raid from Destiny, but more tactical. Now, in addition to all of this information that he shared, there's also images which he cannot share publicly, but they indicate that the raids could be built from the ground up and be on their own individual maps, rather than being taken from campaign missions or taken from the Warzone 2 map, which is extremely exciting. And these are going to be the official continuation of the campaign storyline. And major spoiler warning if you've not already completed the campaign, but we'll finally get to know what happened after that incredible cliffhanger with the no Russian post-credit scene. But we'll get to learn a lot more about Makarov and his plans and how that's going to affect 141 and the overall universe of Modern Warfare, which I'm so excited about. So that is one of the biggest content drops coming in the next 2 weeks, but there is even more coming, because not only that, this will also bring Shipment to multiplayer on December 14th. This is an updated version of Shipment, which is set on a cargo ship taking on water in a storm-ridden part of the Atlantic Ocean. This will definitely be a very unique take on Shipment, being the fact that it's set at night in a storm-ridden part of the ocean and is going to be full-on chaos. And we can assume that with this and Shoot House now being in the game, that we will also see the Shoot the Ship playlist. There is also a new weapon set to arrive in Warzone 2 with Season 1 Reloaded, being the Chimera Assault Rifle, which looks almost identical to the Honey Badger from Call of Duty Ghosts. And it's going to share some very similar things, where this will have an integrated suppressor and it will have slow, high energy 300 BLK rounds, which will make it really good for close quarters combat. Now, this will be unlockable through a store bundle or weapon unlock challenge, and I've seen a lot of discussion online recently that they reckon that this might also be a DMZ exclusive unlock weapon. weapon. Seen it with the M13B, and perhaps they could have it where the chemist might cycle through having the M13 and a new weapon, or they might add in a completely new boss to take down in order to unlock the weapon. And I know it wasn't the most favorite method to unlock a new weapon, but I think it would add some fresh variety to the bosses that you can come across in DMZ. But it's not confirmed how you'll be able to unlock the Chimera just yet, but as soon as we know, I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop. But there's also a few new operators coming with Season 1 Reloaded, being Gaz, we all know and love from Task Force 141, and then also a secret operator called Klaus, who we don't know much about yet, but is a member of the Denmark Elite Special Forces. I'm sure we'll learn a lot more about those specifics really soon. With all of this content scheduled to release on December 14th, this next season for Modern Warfare will not start until February 2nd, which gives us a whole month and a half of no new content coming. But here's where I think there is going to be a ton of new surprises coming later down the line in Season 1. There is no doubt in my mind that they would leave the game for a month and a half without adding anything new at all, and I reckon with Season 1 Reloaded, there's going to be a ton of stuff dropping right at the beginning and then throughout December and also in January. Because we look at Black Ops Cold War with their Season 1 Reloaded update, not only did they drop a lot with that update, but they also had a lot of other things going live several weeks later, such as a brand new zombies map before Season 1 even ended. With Modern Warfare 2 doing so incredibly well, I think they're going to be pulling out all the stops to deliver a ton of content extremely often. One of the other big things coming with this Reloaded update is the first post-launch update for Warzone 2 and DMZ, and this I reckon is going to be absolutely huge for both of those modes, as there are quite a few issues with Warzone 2, and there is quite a few things that I'd like to see changed in DMZ, and this is the first time that they'll be able to hear all of the player feedback since the mode's launched and be able to work on adjusting and changing things so that the DMZ mode can be even better. I wouldn't put it past them to update DMZ, adding in some more contracts and some more world events going on. Another huge thing is that sooner or later, a lot of players are going to start finishing all of the tier 5 missions for all 3 factions. So I reckon that we should expect to see at least one more Legion added to those missions. And if not, I could expect to see 1 to 2 more tiers of missions added for those 3 factions to keep the game feeling fresh. The big question on everyone's mind is what happens after all those missions have been done and dusted. What is next for DMZ? What is the end game? And I think this is going to be the really important thing that they're going to need to tackle with the first post-launch update with Season 1 Reloaded and going further on. I did a massive 20-minute long video called We Need to Talk About DMZ, where I discuss everything I like and everything I think should be changed, and feedback I've gotten from that video is absolutely incredible. We've gotten over 1,500 comments, which is feedback that the developers can see and hopefully implement some changes. But DMZ has had a wildly successful launch so far, and I really hope that they capitalize on that and make the mode a lot better. But we're also getting that complementary mode for DMZ, Raids, which I'm so excited about. Let me know what you think of all the new content coming to Modern Warfare 2 in just 2 weeks time, and what else you think could be coming for Season 1. Make sure you don't miss out on any more Modern Warfare 2 news. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, leave a like rating, and on your screen now you can watch another DMZ guide, 15 advanced tips you need to know.